Hello, welcome to Yoga with Dagny. Today we're going to do a practice that's going to help us with transition because we're transitioning from summer to fall. And I don't know about you, but that can be a tough one for me. I just love the summer and I have a hard time letting go. So this practice that we're going to do today is designed to help us to gracefully let go. And for those of you who are excited about fall, it will just help you move into that as well. So we are going to use 2 bricks today, and we're going to start in Supta Baddha Konasana. So that's when we put our lower brick. The lower brick will go the long way like this. And the upper brick is going to go medium height for your head. We're going to just come and lie back slowly with the bottom brick right at the bottom edge of the shoulder blades so that your whole shoulder blade will rest on it. Knees are bent. Top brick will go right beneath the base of your skull. And then your chest is going to be lifted and open, and already I feel a little bit better. Ha. So, yeah, chest is lifted and open, arms are out to the side, back of the neck is nice and long, knees are bent and feet are together. And then you're just going to slowly let your knees come out to the sides and the bottoms of your feet come together. And just take a moment to lengthen your tailbone down towards your heels. And just let your shoulder blades settle over the bricks and your shoulders soften open. If it's too much to have the legs open like this for your hips, you can always just straighten your legs or keep them bent. If at any time it feels like too much. But just land here in your practice. Just land here by beginning to deepen your breath. With yoga, we often breathe through our noses. So let's just take a few moments to do the 3-part breath, which is a very balancing breath. So with the 3-part breath, you're going to inhale through your nose. And first, as you inhale, your belly will expand. Then your rib cage will expand. And then lastly, your chest will rise up. So it's like 3 parts. So inhale belly, keep inhaling ribs expand, and keep inhaling chest rises. And then exhale, long, slow, steady exhalation from top to bottom. So we're just going to do a few of those, inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale, belly expands, rib cage expands, chest rises. Long, slow, steady exhalations. And doing another 3 of those beautiful 3-part breaths, Paloma 1. Good, and then continuing to just breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. We'll draw these legs together if you haven't already done that. And then straighten one leg and then the other into Supta Tadasana. From here, we're going to lift our arms up to the ceiling and get hold of your elbows. And notice your customary cross, which hand is on top. And then inhale that up and exhale that over the crown of your head, and just let those shoulders open up any amount. So as you're letting the arms fall back, you're reaching out through your heels, you're lengthening the back of the neck up, you're breathing into any tightness in the shoulders. Big breath in. And then exhale, release the arms out to the sides. Good, and then we're gonna inhale the arms up again, plug the arm bones in. This time the opposite arm's gonna go on top, your uncustomary cross. And then inhale up and exhale overhead again. Breathing into the tops of the shoulders, softening them. Reaching through the heels, making yourself nice and long. Feeling the rising in your chest, feeling your breath. Opening up your fire meridians, which are in your arms, which are related to the summer. And, even the end of the summer a little bit. Deep breath in, and then exhale, release those arms out to the sides again. Good. And when you're ready, just bending one knee and then the other. Let's widen our feet a little bit and just staying in this position. Make sure you can always adjust slightly if you're not comfortable. Widen your feet as wide as the mat, and then just drop both knees off to one side, keeping your feet on the edges of the mat. And just breathe into this hip a little bit and help it to open, and then inhale up to the center and exhale the other way. And we'll just do that a couple more times. Inhaling up through the nose, exhaling down, inhaling up, exhaling down, opening up the hips a little, inhaling up, and one more time each way. And then inhaling up to the center. And we're just gonna very gently roll over onto the side to get up slowly. That feels very good. All right, so next we're gonna take Sukhasana, cross-legged pose. So just crossing your legs, noticing, well, let's put the right shin in front to begin with. And then just sit up nice and straight here for a moment. And then we're going to inhale the arms out to the side and stretch the arms out, and then roll the palms open and inhale them up. Nice big breath. Good. And then deep breath in. On the exhale, we're going to bend the right arm, and we're going to use the left arm to lift that up and just stretch that out a little bit. Good. And then taking the left arm out to the side, we're going to turn the thumb down to the floor and slightly back and bring it across the body. And then reach it up toward the other one for Gomokasana arms. And the back of the neck is long. The crown of the head reaches up. The breath is full and deep. And just coming into your presence. Inhale and lift the chest up. On the exhale, come forward any amount to stretch the hips. Good. Inhale to come up and bring that right arm back up, and then the left arm back up, and exhale the arms down. So If you didn't quite reach your two hands together, you might want a belt for the next side. So maybe just, taking a belt or strap if you need it. Also, if it was uncomfortable to be on the floor like that, you can always put your two bricks together and make a little platform for yourself for your cross-legged pose. This time we're going to be putting the left one in front. And if you are going to use a belt, you can put your belt over the left shoulder so that you'll have something to hold on to. You can always reach for your shirt too if your hands don't connect. All right, so let's take a deep breath in and bring the arms out to the side again. And then roll the palms open, inhale the arms up, big breath. Exhale, dropping this time the left one down to tickle between the shoulder blades and lifting that elbow up. And then find alignment in your spine from your tail to your crown. Feel your crown reaching up. Feel your breath still nice and deep. And then taking your right arm out to the side, turn the thumb forward and down and all the way across the body. And then slowly walking it up either your shirt or the belt. And maybe you can find the other fingers. And then finding a lift up in your chest, a big breath in. Exhale, come forward a little bit, hinging yourself forward. Good, and then inhaling up. Take that left arm up, the right arm up, and exhale, release the arms again. Good, already they're starting to open up. Let's just change the cross again for a moment and just bring your left arm across your body for a nice little stretch. Try to keep your collarbone straight forward and spreading. And just feel that stretch, how it stretches between the shoulder blades a little bit. Good, and releasing that side and taking the other one across. Drawing through the collarbones, keep the shoulders level if you can. Breathe. Good, really opening up the shoulders and the arms. And then we're going to come down into child's pose and open that up just a little bit more. So for child's pose, your knees are going to be apart, your big toes are going to touch, and you're just going to come forward, stretch your arms forward. If your buttocks don't come to your heels, you could always put a blanket in there. And then just rest your head. And then just take a nice breath there. Reaching your fingertips forward, but keeping your arm bones plugged into their sockets. Good, and then we're gonna come up and we're gonna take our left arm and we're gonna sweep it up toward the ceiling with a big breath in, stretching out. And then on the exhale, you're gonna weave those fingertips under the opposite armpit, come down onto the shoulder, come down onto the temple and rest. Again, we're getting a nice stretch through the shoulders. And then inhaling to unweave, exhaling, stretching that forward. Second side. Inhale, sweeping up through that right arm, all the way up, rolling the heart up to the ceiling, stretching it out, and then weaving it through. Coming down to rest. Nice big breath. Good, and then inhale to unweave and exhale down once again. And then we're going to come onto our belly. So I'm just going to turn to the side so you can see. You might want to have a belt close by if it's hard to touch your ankles. We're going to come onto the belly. We're going to turn our cheek to the side and bring our arms back. And lengthen the legs. Good, and then when you're ready, I'm gonna have you bend your right leg and just get hold of the ankle. Like I said, you could always use the belt. If it doesn't work, turn your chin to face forward and just bring that heel toward that buttock. It might not go there, and that's totally fine. Try to keep your knees together and just give it a nice stretch. Good, and then releasing that one. Big breath in and exhale, bend the opposite side, reach back and find either the belt or your ankle. Meanwhile, your tailbone is reaching downward here energetically. And you're stretching the quads out. That's your stomach and spleen channels in Chinese medicine. And it helps with transition. Right now we're in the transition between summer and fall. Helping to calm our minds and then releasing that. Then when you're ready, I'm gonna have you bend both at one time, either belt it or reach back for your ankles. See if you can get a hold of that. Take a big breath in, and on the exhale, we're just gonna lift the chest. We're just gonna see if we can lift the feet a little bit by taking the toes up to the ceiling. Just lifting up any amount. Breathing. And then releasing down again. Release the ankles. Turn the head to the side. And then we're going to bend the knees again. Let them be a little bit wider and just let them go from side to side again. Slowly inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Couple more times. Slow, nice breath. Good, and bringing that into stillness. We're gonna release the legs down and we're gonna press back and just stretch that into a child's pose. Good, and then inhaling up onto all fours, we're gonna take a dog next. So turn your hands out slightly, spread your fingers, find your knuckles, and curling the toes under, take a deep breath in, and exhale, lift the hips up. Finding a nice upside down V position. Your hips are gonna go as high as they can to the sky. Your knuckles press the mat forward. Your heart presses towards your thighs. You're reaching from your buttocks to your heels as you lift those hips higher. Stretching out the calves and the hamstrings, everything. Release your neck nice and softly. Good, and then we're gonna just take, really stay in the arms and in your left leg and lift your right leg up for a minute. Look up between the hands and just swing that leg forward. You might have to help it along, that's okay. And then drop that back leg and we're just gonna kind of lunge forward to again stretch the quads. Sometimes it can help to have bricks for your hands for this if it feels uncomfortable. It's really up to you, but sometimes I like to have my hands up on bricks while I do this lunge because it helps me a little bit. But we're really stretching that back quadricep muscle and we're lifting the chest up. Good, and then coming back and straightening the front leg and stretching the hamstring. It's as if your heart is going across the room. Good. And then to neutral, we're going to come back to a tabletop position. And prepare for dog again. Lifting the hips up, stretching it out. Finding your breath. Good. And then coming into the two hands on the right foot, lift the left one up. Look up and lunge it forward. Runner's lunge first. Just stretch it out, then dropping that back knee down, maybe coming up on the bricks if it helps. And you're leaning forward into this back knee getting, or quadricep muscle getting stretched. And then straightening the front leg, hinging the hips back, lengthening the heart forward. Good. And then returning to a tabletop position. One more dog. Lifting up. This time we're going to look forward and we're going to walk forward. Once your feet are beneath your knees are beneath your hips, you can just hang for a minute. Oh, maybe slightly bending the knees, getting the hamstrings waking up. And then we're gonna inhale and we're gonna reverse swan dive, sweep your arms out and up. And then exhale the hands to the heart. And release. Good. All right, so here we are standing now. We're gonna see if we can find a balance. You can always hold on to something if you want, but first finding your mountain pose by pressing into your feet, spreading your toes, lifting your kneecaps and hip points, and then bending, we're gonna bend the left leg and we're gonna reach back and see if you can make your hand like a tray and get the ankle from the inside this time, because that's going to help open your chest up. So stretching that out in this way. See, my knee wants to go out to the side, but I'm going to try to keep the knee going down in line with the other knee and lift my chest up. Good, and just taking a breath, really trying to get that heel up toward the buttock gently. And then releasing that one. Shake out your standing leg. Find your mountain pose again. Find your breath. Serving tray hand. Ground down through your left foot. And reach back for the ankle. And lift your heart and lift your chest. Again, trying to keep your knees in a line, keep your tail reaching down, keep your chest lifting up. You can always hold on to something if you feel like you're gonna lose your balance. Good, and then releasing that, shaking out the standing leg. So we're gonna take that a step further this time. Mountain pose, grounding through your right serving tray. On the left, again, same as we just did, and then open, externally rotate or open the palm of your right hand and inhale it up. Good, and grow nice and tall, deep breath in. On the exhale, we're gonna start to tip forward any amount. Keep the heart lifting up. It's almost as if those back toes are gonna lift up toward the ceiling. Beautiful, keep breathing, keep balancing. You don't have to go far. It's almost like you're offering your heart up. And then come back up with a big breath in. Release the arm, release the leg, shake it out. We'll do the second side. I'll do it from the side so you can see. I'm gonna root down this time through my left foot, and I'm gonna lift up here. And lift the chest, lift the heart. Take the arm up, big breath in. And then exhale, lifting, lifting, lifting. I'm gonna come forward. Lifting the toe up any amount, but keep your heart and chest and arm lifting up. Strong in the standing leg. And then inhale to come on up. And then release the leg, release the arm. And we're just gonna do a couple hip circles just to release the hips. So feet should be a little wider than your hips, and you're just gonna circle around one direction and then the other direction. Good, and just letting that go. Good. All right, so from here, we're gonna do the lung enlarge intestine stretch, Makaho stretch, because those are the meridians for fall, and we're moving into fall. So first we're just gonna make an L with your fingers, both sides. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, you're gonna press your L's out in opposite directions, outward, slightly down, and slightly back, trying to keep the index finger up and the thumb forward. Really pressing from the center of your chest out and taking some beautiful deep breaths. More, and then release that. Good, and then inhale the shoulders up toward the ears, exhale them down and back. And again, down and back, and one more. And exhale them down and back. Good. And then from here, we're gonna do a little clasp of the hands behind the back. So you can either just clasp your thumbs like this and point your index fingers, or you can take your middle fingers and thumbs, and make a clasp with them, a nice tight clasp, and point the index fingers. Either way is fine. But taking a clasp behind the back, and in either case, you're gonna point those index fingers down. We're gonna inhale and we're gonna roll the shoulder blades down the back and lift the chest up. And on the exhale, we're gonna come forward slowly. The knees can bend. They can be hip width apart. They can bend a little as you come forward. We're gonna try to bring those index fingers up toward the ceiling and release the neck. Let the knees bend a little bit, and then take 3 big breaths into the chest. Really trying to fill the lungs up and let go. 2 more big breaths. Good, and then pressing into the feet. Inhale to come up with a long straight spine if you can. And then exhale, release those arms. Woo, woo, woo. Good. And then whatever way you clasp your fingers the first time, you're gonna take the opposite clasp. So either opposite thumb on top or opposite ring on top. And then inhale, roll your shoulders down your back. Big breath in, and exhale, coming forward, bending the knees a little bit, and bringing those index fingers up toward heaven, releasing the neck. 3 deep breaths. After your 3rd deep breath, press into the feet. Inhale, come up, long, straight spine. And then exhale, release the clasp of the hands, release, and just take Tadasana for a moment, mountain pose. Let your eyes close here for a moment. Feel the energy streaming down through your hands, through your fingers. This is very good exercise for when you get pain in the thumb joint. The one that we just did, it's very good to open up because the lung channel goes right to the thumb. So feel the connection between the earth beneath your feet and the sky through the crown of the head. And find the alignment in your spine. Letting the eyes slowly open. We're going to come down for a squat. So let your feet be a little more than hip width apart. Maybe let the feet turn out a little bit. And slowly come down. Oh yeah. So now this is sometimes helpful. I don't know if, yeah, you can even put your, no, that's a little high. A blanket underneath the heels is very helpful, or a rolled up mat is helpful if it's hard to come all the way down. But just, this is a great pose to release the large intestines. So just coming into here and then just stretch your arms forward. My shoulders are between my knees, and then I'm just gonna see if I can wrap around. To really wrap around, you might need to move your feet closer together if you can, but wrapping around and seeing if you can clasp the hands down there behind your heels. And just letting your tailbone drop, letting your shoulders round, and taking a couple nice deep breaths. Releasing the hands, and then just coming down for a little seat. All right, so we're gonna come onto our back. And another great thing we can do for our intestines is to just hug the knees into the chest. So bring your knees towards your chest and then just hug them in. This stretches your lower back, and it also stretches and compresses the colon, which can really help with any problems with constipation. So just hugging into the chest here. Taking a couple good breaths. And then we'll keep the right one in toward the chest and extend the left leg out. Good. And just hugging that in and just maybe moving it from side to side, which is going to help to massage your ascending colon. And then bringing that into stillness, keeping it up toward the chest. You can take the right arm out to the side and just gently bring the knee across the midline, just for a nice little supine twist. Good. And then inhaling that slowly back to the center. Release that leg for a moment. And then we're going to bend the opposite leg into the chest, so the left one, and just move it around, massaging this time the descending colon. So if you can get the thigh to kind of contact into the belly a little bit. And then taking the left arm out to the side, using the right arm to guide it across the midline, keeping the knee above the hip if you can, all the way into a nice little twist on this side. Good, and then inhaling back to the center, and we will maybe just do one more knees to the chest and get that transverse colon a little bit, rocking from side to side. And then finally straightening the legs for our rest in Savasana. Your feet can be mat width apart, arms by the sides in a 45-degree angle. And just beginning to let go, just surrendering your body onto the earth, letting your face soften, losing all of its expression. Just allowing yourself to soften into what is in this moment, finding a sense of surrender, surrendering any holding in your muscles, releasing your shoulders, arms, forearms, hands, and fingers. Releasing your lower back and your buttocks, and your thighs, calves, feet, toes. Just being held here, letting your body be held through this time of change. Softening. Relaxing. Opening. Allowing. Just being. And as you rest there, I'll read a little bit from the Cherokee Feast of Days by Joyce Hilfer. A change of season comes softly. Morning mists hang like gauze curtains through the valleys, and pockets of cooler air waft like thistledown on late summer breezes. The days are still warm with crickets trilling until rain showers begin to cool the land. Even before there is credible evidence that fall is coming, one senses it in the air. The green willows bend gracefully in the changing wind and slowly change their color to sunshine. It is a time to enjoy the changeover, the freeing of the old season, the welcome to the new. It is the nut gathering time, acorns, pecans, walnuts in abundance. The sweetness of the earth speaks to the feet and renews the spirit. And a quote from Santana, "When I make peace, it is a long and lasting one." So begin to allow your breath to deepen. Taking a nice big breath in through the nose and out through the nose. And then gently hug your knees to your chest. Lift your right arm up And roll onto the right side, creating a little pillow for your head with your arm. And with an in-breath, press up to find a seat. And we'll seal our practice together with our hands at our hearts. Gently bow your head to your heart. Acknowledging the calmness, hopefully, and the peace that you've created through slowing down and going within. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace. Peace in one's heart, peace in the world. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you so much for sharing this practice with me today. Many blessings. Namaste. Until we meet again.